What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Tuesday, July 7th. I am Troy Rawlings. This is Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, we just start your day talking about love with the magic of Zen waterfalls for 3 hours. No. What's going on, everybody? I usually do all the sharing and stuff, but I don't feel like that right now. Carpe diem. Some coffee. So, if this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. Welcome back. I got a lot of old school references. I'm only 51. Welcome back. If y'all know where that's from, put it in the bottom in the comment section, whether you're watching the replay somewhere or you're watching it here on. What's going on, John Fushnickens? I am definitely calling you Fushnickens. I'm sorry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, welcome. Oh, we got a good one today. Another good one today. But we're going to talk about how to avoid negative boasting in love. Y'all know the morning edition is all about love. For 52 weeks, I'm committed to talking about love. And if you rock with me, or if you go back and watch them, or for me, this is for me. These are things that help me, because one of my missions in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. It's one of my missions. It's one of the reasons I do what I do when I write my books, do the articles. Shout out to my media partners, Sheen Magazine, as well as Reach LA Angels. New blog is out now. The books, the articles, I do my comedy. I've been doing a sex, love, relationship comedy tour. I haven't been touring lately. And shout out to my daughter, Zoe, who's 14. She's about to go into high school, so I want to make sure I'm devoting time and being available for the little one, for my young lady. But let's say it's a good package. And if you make me off, I can't refuse, and I can be back in a few days. We're going to make it happen. But as far as Los Angeles and Vegas and surrounding areas, I'm available. But yeah, sex, love, relationship, comedy, bass tour, interactive, and I don't have my degree in psychology yet. I'm not a licensed family or marriage and family therapist yet. I put yet on it because those are things I realize as I'm getting older. I do desire to have some letters behind my name as I'm writing these books and doing all this stuff. Hey, Patty. So, but this is something I can do every day. I tell everyone to find the thing you can commit to and be consistent in and work on that, because it kind of helps everything else. If you're having all kinds of things that's all over the place, we will be consistent to someone else's vision, a job, because it gives us a nice paycheck, or it gives us a paycheck period. Sometimes the paycheck ain't always nice, but it's a check. You got to take care of bills. You got to do what you got to do. But you're not doing the thing that's deepest in your heart, mission-minded or passion-minded or whatever. And everything doesn't have to be a mission, passion-minded. I am just moving around here like nobody's business. It's the morning, y'all. It's the morning. 7:08 a.m. here in Los Angeles. 10:08 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm going to get started like we usually get started. If you're new here, we do some breathing. It's not, I guess it is breath work. It's breathing, but we breathe, and this shouldn't be work for us to breathe. We breathing. Let's get our breathing on. And I have this. I love this camera angle, but when I tell you everything is right up on me, turn this around and look like I'm pinned in. Like, all right, all right, y'all. We're gonna start with some breathing. Hey, Patty, how you doing? Let me share this. I'm gonna share it with some folks. I said I didn't feel like it, but I feel like it now. We're gonna share it. Let people know. That is, oh, that's okay. How y'all doing? I'm here. I'm just adding some folks. Gonna write some stuff down here, and then we're gonna get busy, y'all. Get into today's message. Hope y'all are having an amazing Tuesday thus far. Okay, more people in here now. Okay, I see y'all. T.N. Vernell. What's going on, T.N. Vernell? Am I saying that right? Oh, enjoy your vacay, Patty. All right, y'all. Welcome. If you just tuned in, welcome to Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. It's all about love over here. One of my missions in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. So I'm talking about love. I'm teaching on love. Whole month of June. And I'm committed to doing it for the next 40 some odd weeks, whatever it is. Oh, happy birthday to your granddaughter. So 52 weeks, I said I'm committed to myself to do teachings in the morning on love. Something I love talking about. I love talking about love. I believe if we're more loving as a people, community, families, world, do some great stuff. All right, let's breathe. Relax your shoulders. Hopefully, if you're driving, if you're walking, don't close your eyes. If you're walking and looking at it, you shouldn't be walking and looking at it, but you can listen. So, all right, relax your shoulders. And when you inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. When you inhale, try to fill your diaphragm, not just your chest. Get a deep breath from your gut. Deep breath. T.M. Vernell, how you doing? All right, let's go. Inhale. Love, peace, joy. Exhale. Fear, anger, doubt. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Hey, what's going on, Denise? Good morning. Quick prayer. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time we have to talk about love. Let somebody get something out of this and share it with somebody in somewhere, somehow, some way. I don't know where the Stevie Wonder came from. Bless those that are not here, may look at it later on a repeat. And let's have an awesome day today. Keep your hand upon us, guide us. In your precious name we pray. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. No, this is not a religious broadcast, so just letting you know. Y'all, in broadcast. Why you call it broadcast? Because it's going broadly. Broad. It's a broad space. It's not going to one person. It's going broadly. Is broadly a word? What's going on, doctor? All right, let's get out of Zen music because I'm like, I took some real deep breaths. You know, if you take some deep breaths, if you're going through something and you're like, I need me a smoke, I need me a drink, take a beat. Not saying that I'm not judging you. If you want to get a drink, if that's your thing, little wine, little drink, or some of y'all get toasted, toe up. Like me, July 4th. I wasn't toe up, but I was drinking a little bit too much. This is my water bottle. When you fill the water bottles you have, people, and you fill them with alcohol, you're going to need to rest. Hopefully you're somewhere where you don't have to drive home. You can stay. But if you don't do it all the time, but if you fill a water bottle with ice and some kind of juice and alcohol and you drink, you're going to get inebriated. You're going to get toasted, drunk, whatever you want to call it. Just stay where you are. Just stay where you are. My way of combating that is eating a lot of delicious, crazy food. Big shout out to Tasty W's and the 4th of July throwdown in Compton. I still got videos I need to put up from the fireworks in Compton, in the neighborhood. The fact that people in California, Compton specifically, the last couple of years I've been to Compton for 4th of July, the fact that y'all have professional fireworks on the block, in between cars on the street, is crazy and exciting and amazing. But I'm sure some guys walking around with hey, what's up, boy? You throwing a, I'm not a part of any gang. I'm waving. Oh, what happened to you? You know, I work the fireworks. Oh. Looked amazing though. Okay. So welcome to Troy Rawlings Live. Yeah, we're talking about love today. And in the month of July, we begin doing some of the attributes of love. I'm gonna go ahead. Let me get rid of this. Let me get some more upbeat music on because I want to staying alive. Carpe MFDM. Carpe MFDM. If you know, you know. Stay tuned. That is my brand. And I have gear, and I'm going to be bringing out some more gear and clothes. I've been playing with it for a while. It's time to stop playing with it and bring it out fully because I'm doing more shows and stuff and traveling, and I need to have my gear on. I don't like wearing a lot of stuff with name brands on it, so the least I can do is have my own gear on. How y'all feeling today? And y'all comment. If we're on IG Live, for those that are tuning in. For those that watch this later, I do it on IG Live because I like the live experience. And I like the fact that IG also allows me to share it to Facebook. It doesn't always share it to Facebook because I've been doing like an hour. So I usually share the YouTube link later. But on the Troy Rawlings Live YouTube channel, you'll find it there. Okay? Man, I got my leg cocked up. Let me see. I'm moving stuff around. I'm just all over the place this morning. Forgive me. I've been up for a while, but I'm excited about this one because was 2013. So 13 years ago, in one of the most trying times of my life, I started doing a deep dive. I was already on this thing of talking about love, writing my books. Don't forget, if you let me put down here today's topic. If you DM me and you don't have a copy of my ebook, But Naked Honest, I will send you a copy. And then we can talk about it because one day we're going to do a deep dive for all the people that have the book, read the book. We're going to do it like a virtual book club type thing. So today's topic is how to, I feel like I'm writing on the board, to avoid negative boasting in love. LOVE. All right, so share it with your friends, share it to some folks. Let's jump into some birthdays real quick, shall we? We got a couple birthdays, a few birthdays, some folks' birthdays. Some of my Facebook people. Ella Maddox. Happy birthday, Ella. Happy birthday. Teacher Scott. Me and Teacher have known each other. If this is the teacher I'm thinking about, Teacher Scott, me and Teacher have known each other since at least elementary school. I don't know if we went to New Image together. New Image was like a kindergarten or pre-K or something like that. It was a thing. Your birthday is 7/18? Happy early birthday, D. Happy early birthday, girl. Stacy Bright, happy birthday. And Roz Ryan, actress Roz Ryan. I have never met Roz in person, but Roz was one of my first MySpace friends who lived here. So for those who don't remember, I moved here in 2008. I've been here in Los Angeles for 18 years. Can you believe it, D? 18 years. So moved here in 2008 from Baltimore, Maryland. Had never been to California before I moved here. As many of you know, and I've talked to you about this before, and I'll advertise and put out there. If you have a business, any business, or if you have a business, or if you're your business and you're trying to promote and market, this is one of the best ways to tie in. Hey, Christina, how are you, girl? This is one of the best ways to tie in. If you have a business or something you want to market and promote, I have an opportunity 5 days a week. You'll hear my commercial breaks throughout the show. In an hour show, I try to do at least 2 commercial breaks. Also, I share this on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. I have upwards throughout all my social media. I have about 30,000 active followers. So, and I started social media marketing promotion in 98. Just a business drop. But if you want to get your brand out there, just DM me. Say, I'm down. I want to be a part of the team. I want to be a part of your brand. It's not just for the live shows. It's not just for my live interviews. It's also for, live like broadcasts. It's also for my in-person events that I start doing. So I'm looking for about 6 or 7 people that will rock with me for the next 6 months and let me promote. It'll be 1 fee and we rock. Oh, it's a low fee too. Just letting you know. But it's not going to be long. As soon as I get them, I'm done because I already have some other ones and I already have some branding and deals and stuff. And I'm really putting people in place so they can be a part. Hey, Diana, how are you? Diane, what's going on, girl? And I just want people in place to rock with me, help with the company, and be a part as I'm working these brand sponsorships and things. And they can see where the commercials are and they can see who we roll together. But I have to believe in your business. And I gotta want to work with you for the next 6 months because I'm not just promoting your company, I'm gonna be coaching you. So that's that. And that's a part of that. And you'll hear more about it later. And if you need more information, DM me. All right. So that's enough of that. Let's get to the topic at hand. I'm just talking like it's a talk show. Thank y'all for taking time out too, those of you that have time. All right. So this month in July, last month we talked about self-love because I don't think you can love properly if you're not loving yourself. I believe we talk to people how we talk to ourselves first. It comes out of our head, our mind, how we think about things. Look at her over there, thinks she all cute. She ain't all that. I believe you may be the person that looks in the mirror in the morning and say, oh, here we go again. Girl, what is going on with your eyes? Or guy, I'm saying it as if I'm a woman. I don't talk to myself and say girl. Because some of y'all are like, oh, I knew it. Sorry. I just did and you'll see it, and I love Deb. Deb's my girl. Deb is a beautiful sister, photographer, Deborah Simmons. For y'all that don't know, I'm a master barber by trade, and I just started opening up as a part of my. What up, Vic? Awesome DJ. If you need some house mixes, get with Vic. Actually, Vic, I need some of your house. No, let me not say that, because I'm trying to use royalty-free music in the morning. That's why I can play this stuff, and Instagram don't mess with me. Hey T, welcome. Just in time. I haven't started yet. Well, I'm talking about some stuff, but I haven't started yet. But self-love piece. We usually talk to people how we talk to ourselves. So if the person is looking in the mirror and doesn't call themselves beautiful and pump themselves up, I love you, you're beautiful, you're gonna have an awesome day. It's hard for you to go and say that to other people if you haven't said it to yourself. Good morning. If you're a cheery person, most of the people that I know that are cheery and motivational stuff like that, they're usually they're up early, or usually they're at least working out and building themselves up and giving themselves props for how they look. But I know some people that don't work out every day and they just some cheerful people. But I talk to people all the time, men and women. I ask them, do you look in that mirror in the morning? Troy, you're doing a phenomenal job. You're a great dad. You're a great friend. Great brother. You're getting better. You're working on some stuff, but you're doing good. You're doing good. You look good for 51. And you smell good. You look good. I ain't gonna go into the whole James Brown thing. You know what I'm saying? So the whole month of June, we dealt with self-love. But the month of July, we talked about the attributes of love. We're talking about the attributes of love. So I said one of the best definitions of love that I've ever heard happens to be a biblical reference, biblical definitions. Cat in the Bible named Apostle Paul, for those that don't know anything about the Bible. Apostle Paul. I don't know, I forget exactly where Paul was from, but you can Google it. Apostle Paul from the Bible. Google it and you'll find out everything about him. History. The ironic thing about Paul teaching about love and having this phenomenal definition, Paul would be considered Hitlerish. He was literally persecuting and having Christians, or they weren't called Christians, people who followed the way or followed these teachings of Christ and stuff. He was persecuting them, having them killed. And he goes through a conversion, meeting Jesus. Jesus spoke to him, knocked him off his horse, made him blind. He had a one-on-one with Jesus. When you hear people have an encounter, I had an encounter, I met God and changed my life forever. Paul went through that. One of the first people that went through that. And he goes from killing and persecuting these folks to becoming an avid, I was touched and I'm just going to turn my whole life around. So just imagine how people are going to treat you on both sides. So a lot of the persecutions and everything he went through were crazy. But he wrote most of the New Testament, and he ended up writing stuff that people quote even if they don't know they're quoting the Bible. When I was a child, I acted as a child, thought as a child, did things as a child, blah, blah. I'm paraphrasing. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. That quote is from this guy, Paul. And that quote, it happens to be in the chapter where he's talking about love. He's specifically talking about when he learned to love, when he learned what love really was. And that was pretty deep. So this guy who went through this, I go read it. He could be compared. It was like Hitler. If all of a sudden Hitler, it's like the Scrooge moment. Scrooge is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's the chime on my phone. If somebody calls me, you'll hear the chimes, like the chimes from, what do you call it? Like the cathedral chimes. But that's what Paul, that's what he went through, a crazy conversion where all of a sudden his whole life has changed. And now this guy that was very prideful and killing Christians and persecuting people starts talking about love. Yeah, because some people, I don't take for account that everybody knows the Bible. I studied it, but I don't take to account. But I studied it coming from a place that I didn't, even though I had certain experiences, interactions with God, I didn't come up in that Christendom of people that came up in church. My church experience came from when I was with my aunt and uncle in Philly, and my grandfather was a pastor, my mother's father. And him and my grandmother got divorced. He couldn't keep it together. He was a pastor, but he was a regular dude. So, the interactions I had with my aunt and uncle in Southwest Philly in the summers are the ones that really implanted in me my faith, and seeing some real life stuff that happened. It was like, oh, God can keep me from getting attacked by a dog? Okay. Keep me from having broken bones and stuff like that. If I just, okay. Real stuff. So I don't take for account that everybody on here is Christian, knows anything about the Bible, anything like that. But the great thing about the Bible is it's a history book, and you can reference it as such. These people really lived. So I said this guy named Paul, who wrote most of the New Testament, you can Google it and you can find out everything about him, because you'll do a deep dive and like, he was like Hitler. And this guy has the best definition of love because he comes across. Okay. So his definition of love is in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. You can read the whole thing in the Bible. It says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Whew. When I tell you, and it means it doesn't hold on to wrongdoings. It doesn't hold on to the crazy shit people do. That's the best definition I could have. Shit. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. So, 13 years ago, I started doing a deep dive, and it's about 14 attributes it mentions. So I'm going to go through each one of those. We did love is patient, how to be more patient in love. We did how to be kind in love. yesterday I did an interview with an amazing brother. Go back and watch that. Ramiah Trask is doing these 100 websites in 100 days. So today we're going to talk about how to avoid negative boasting. Talked about boasting. Another definition, and this is on my website and will be on my new website that hopefully Ramiah is going to help me with, him and his team. Because I think I can home. And you need other eyes. I do marketing and promotion stuff. I do comedy, host events. I do a lot of stuff. Even with me doing consulting and business consulting, all this stuff, I need consultants. I need help. Even if I become a therapist, stuff like that, I need therapy. Some of the best therapists have therapists, and they crazy. I mean, I ain't say it like that. All right, actress and activist Ruby Dee. Amazing, wonderful, beautiful Ruby Dee. She's married to Ossie Davis. If you know, you know. But her definition is one of the ones that stays with me the most. She said, and they have a book called 50, and I think this was in that book. Talking about their 50 years of being together, married. They're both gone on now, but it says, when you want and pray for someone to be all God created them to be, despite any personal sacrifice it might entail, that is love. Love is overcoming. Love is passion, clothed in infinite patience. Whew. Come on, Ruby. My working definition of love? Love is caring for someone's heart, mind, body, and soul unconditionally with your thoughts, words, and actions, solely for that person's well-being, greater good, and total benefit outside of you. And then if you put those aspects and say, loving me, because I believe it has to start with you first. Okay. So today we're talking about how to avoid negative boasting. So if you're tuning in now, you can take some notes. This is where you start taking notes. And I love it because this is what I love about AI. Because if I want to do a deep dive, I can put, hey, Stacy, how are you, Dr. Stacy? Welcome. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about how to avoid negative boasting in love. We're talking about the attributes of love. Every morning edition, Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition, is talking about love. Good morning. So today, we're talking about how to avoid negative boasting in love. It's one of the attributes of love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious. Love doesn't boast. We're talking about boasting. Because you can boast in a positive way. You know? Hype my bestie up. Hype my bestie up. Hype my bestie up. Whatever that song says. Hype my bestie up. Anyway. All right. Avoiding negative boasting, where one tries to outshine. We're getting deep already. Where one tries to outshine a partner. Subtle. Because it's called subtly. Like a subtle breeze. Because when I read subtle, I always want to say subtle, because there's a B in it. I would fail it if I was in the spelling bee. So you say subtle, I'd be like, I just take my number off it. Walk away like the Muppets. I realized why they walked away like that on the Muppets show and the Muppets and stuff, why Jim Henson did that whole walk thing, because they weren't going far. Like, they just weren't going out of the screen, and then he'd go down and change the Muppet. So they made it look like they were going to go. But my shoulder still. Okay. Avoiding negative boasting, where one tries to outshine a partner. Subtly puts them down, or uses self-deprecation to secretly fish for compliments. Oh, snap. Requires shifting your focus from me to we. Instead of competing, actively celebrate your partner's wins, practice radical active listening, and give them the credit they deserve. That's from gotquestions.org. All right. Avoiding negative boasting, where one tries to outshine a partner, subtly puts them down, or uses self-deprecation to secretly fish for compliments. Tangents, right? To secretly fish for compliments requires shifting your focus from me to we instead of competing. Actively celebrate your partner's wins. Practice radical active listening and give them the credit they deserve. Wow. Have you ever found yourself on a subtle way putting someone down? Light sarcasm, we call it. What I find that happens if you're in a relationship, and I haven't been in a relationship I haven't been married yet. So I haven't been in a relationship or living with somebody for a long period of time. 5, 10, 15, 20 years you're with somebody. Because then this person becomes, even if they're not your best friend, what up, bro? Even if they're not your best friend, this person becomes the closest person to you in proximity. So I listen to some of my friends that are married, family friends that are married, hear them talk about, yeah, she gonna say this. I looked at her like, really? I said, you said really? Like, yeah, I said really, because they've been together a long time. So when you subtly put someone down or let them know, yeah, and I know. You tell me that, I don't. I got friends always say, hey, you preaching to the choir. It's like, I am? You've been through that too? Or self-deprecation to fish for compliments. This is deep because I see people do this a lot. This one I see people do a lot. It's one thing to be sarcastic with your mate, because I see people going back and forth with that. And that little sarcasm. And some people, they like that. They like that little, I don't know if it builds for better sexual chemistry later on when y'all have arguments. And some people love the argument and then make up through sex. I don't get it. I write in a book, but naked honest, I put in a book. I was like, we argue. I'm gonna need a little bit. If we have an argument where there is no solution, like we're not being solution minded. I won't say all men, because I know men that will go toe to toe with a woman just to be right. So I won't say all men. Detroit Deke, what up? Welcome to Troy Rawlings Live. We talking about, well, it's in the topic below. It's all about love every morning. Every time you see me on here on this Troy Rawlings Live platform, I'm talking about love. Today we're talking about how to avoid negative boasting in love. If we're having an argument, what up, though? If we're having an argument and I know we just are totally in different places, it's gonna have to end. And I don't mind saying, hey, you know what? I believe this, you believe that. We're not going to come. Right. I believe this, you believe that. We're just going to have to come to an agreement to disagree. Denise said, when they are insulting you on the low and they say, I'm just joking. No, you're not. And we're not just talking about romantic relationships. We're talking about any relationship. I have to be mindful of this because I'm a comedian. So sarcasm is one of my first tools. When you're a comedian, you're looking at everything. It's taken me to get older to not be so quick to, especially if you come from a place where I know people, and I've met women recently, like in their 40-somethings, their 50-somethings, that I'll give them a compliment and they'll instantly think I'm talking about them. One friend of mine was like adamant that I was talking about. I had to stop one day. I said, yo, you're saying I'm doing all these mean things to you. I had to go back through my mind. I was like, yo, am I really that person with her? And I realized it wasn't that. It was the fact that was her trigger and pain body. So because she might not have felt confident about herself, or was kind of intimidated. Looked great. She one of those people that put it on all the time, from head to toe, put it on. You don't know what you're going to get. Short hair one day, long hair next, blonde, black, dreads. She put it on, though. She is a chameleon every day. It is, but it's true. My mother was like that. My mother, it took years later. I used to be like, man, Mom, you're so beautiful. Why did you used to wear so much makeup and put these wigs on? And then it was confusing to me as a kid because, she had short hair and she was my complexion, brown skin, look nice, built, and she be next day she come out, Diana Ross say, even though I know it's not Diana Ross, that's Ash from The Simpsons. It seems to hang on, but the that's Diana. But the hair, the makeup. And when I was young, I remember saying something. She was like, "Oh, be quiet, be quiet." And when parents say "be quiet," that means you talk too much. And if you come from where I come from, when they say "be quiet," it's like, "Be quiet." If they say "shut up," you've gone too far. They ain't gonna say it again. Next thing is like, "Pat, pat." But that's just some of y'all. That's terrible. That's abusive. That's from the root of slavery. It probably is. You're right. But like I said, we talk to others how we talk to ourselves. So the person is being sarcastic a lot of times, really outwardly sarcastic. Some people are so quick, and I have to, like, especially my sisters, guys, you can talk to a guy and be like, oh, it's funny. Guys being too, is the word emo that they use, emotional. Guys being too emo. If you got a male friend that's too emotional, it goes to anger, or it goes to self-deprecation, but it goes deep. Or the person always wants to joke all the time, always on. Those are defenses and mechanisms. But I didn't realize, and now I'm looking at it, that these are ways of boasting negatively. And we didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't relate it to that. But these deep dives help. That's why I say this is really for me first. Helps me, and hopefully it's helping you. And I'm making a digest of it. I'm making it's funny that the word digest means it has that duality in the meaning. But I'm making these posts and these broadcasts, podcasts, all this stuff, so it can live beyond me and move beyond me and be out there, and someone sees something and they want to share it. And they do. Because years ago, I met one of my closest friends who ended up being a business partner and kind of mentored me as I mentored her. Laugh after dog, what'd it do? Mentored me as I mentored her. And when I met her, Dr. Zoe Shaw, as I mentioned, because she's doing a lot of phenomenal things now. But when I met her, she was like, yeah, I'm thinking she want to book me for an event. And I'm taking a note to talk about why this is important to document certain things that may help you, because it may help somebody else and you don't know. So me going these deep dives on love, I do them all the time. And I talk about them, I write about them, but I do them all the time. But if we don't document them, if we're not writing our book, everyone out there who wants to write a book and been talking about it, DM me and let's get you started. DM me and get you started. I'm going to charge you something, but we're going to get your book started today. Today. You might be one of my show sponsors if you have an idea for a book and you've been bullshit. Ain't no other word. I don't know what else other word I could use right now. But it's important to document it. She said she did a deep dive on the stuff I already had online, read my books and everything by the time we met. I'm thinking she's trying to book me for an event. Then I was like, how did you see me? She said, I saw one of your posts. I saw what you were talking about. And she literally thought I had a bachelor's, was already working in therapy or doing different things. But those kind of people around you help you. But it also let me know that people are watching what you put out. And if you have something to say it. A lot of times we wait. We think we have tomorrow. A lot of stuff you see me doing now at the vigorous level I'm doing it now. One, because it's hard that I'm used to having my daughter all the time. That's not the case right now because she's with mom a lot. Like, it's crazy. But that's a transition of life for the teenage girl, for me. But also the biggest reason that I'm doing a lot of this is because I'm 51. You say, I saw a post from 2016 that popped up on Facebook, and I'm gonna jump into this because I wanna make sure we get through this today. And I know Instagram probably like, your time is up. I was like, what? 10 years ago, 2016, I'm sitting there, I'm just picture, I might have been at a sandwich shop, cafe or something. I said, 10 years from now, I look forward to having my restaurant open. I don't have a restaurant right now, even though I've always cooked and do catering and stuff like that, work with a lot of caterers. And it may happen before this year is out. But I always said I wanted to open a restaurant when I didn't have to make money off of it, because cooking is one of my passions. But time is going to come and go. What are y'all waiting for? Get busy living or get busy dying. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. What's up? I see you. Share this with somebody that may need to. Now, if you and your mate, because I'm talking about everybody, family, but that was a good point you made. Now, if you or your mate is in here, or you and your mate had an argument this morning, and it's not resolved, don't send this or any of my love posts to them until y'all are in a pretty good space and say, this helped me. I hope. What do you think about this? Don't. You know what? That's like people that say they had to get the book, The 5 Love Languages, and you and the mate already arguing. It's like, well, I like personal touch. Well, I like acts of service. And you're going to argue about whatever the tool is. Make sure y'all good before you send anybody. If you argued recently, don't send this to them. You need to look at this. What, 51? That's funny. Can't you see? That's why I keep the salt and pepper in my... I'm not one to blacken my mustache. I'll just shave it off. I'm not going to put the black in it. And I'll say this to y'all, because I was going to post it. I was like, I don't want to post that because I know too many people that know Will. And what up, Mert? What's going on, my brother? I know too many people that know... I guess that's Mert. Are you 30, Mert? Is that you, or that's somebody in the crew? I know too many people that know Will Smith, but Will Smith was performing at the Philly, and I've met him in person before, was performing at the Philly cookout, whatever, with the Roots, and he's up there doing his thing, and he got his Philly cap on, and like Rudy Giuliani, this brother is sweating. I feel bad saying it, but I'm saying it on this live, so I'm not posting it. I almost posted it and did a whole comment meme that y'all like to see. And he got the sweat coming down his head, and it's black sweat. Will is fully gray. Well, when he lets his hair, he's like Royale Watkins. He's fully gray. And he still has hair. I tell my guys, y'all gray and got hair. Let it come out, man. I know guys been doing it for years. I know it's some guys it's an Elvis impersonator that walks around Burbank. His hair is shoe polish black. I'm good, brother. How are you? Just doing my love post, my love broadcast for the morning, spreading some love spread love in the morning. Okay. We're talking about how to avoid negative boasting in love. So a lot of times those subtle comments we make, those snarky things, or this one, fishing for doing a self-deprecation to get somebody to build you up. I didn't even think that that's a way of someone boasting. It's for them. Actively celebrate your partner's wins, practice radical active listening, and give them the credit they deserve. Okay. To identify and correct this habit in your relationship, consider these targeted strategies. That was from gotquestions.org. So watch for subtle bragging. Self-deprecation, humor, or sarcasm can sometimes be disguised bragging to draw attention to your own traits. Assess your intentions. If a comment is meant to prove you are superior or more competent, reframe it entirely. That's from Social Self. We all do it. We all do it. A little bit of narcissism, a little bit of, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're a business owner, especially if you're trying to make a point of why, especially getting older. Because I used to remember when people said, look, I've been there. I'm old. I've been there. Hey, look. I've been there. Look, you can't tell me. I know. I know. I know. How you know that my wife slapped me and she tried to stab me? You ain't married. What do you know? Sometimes you just got to confront the person. You keep saying, I know. How do you know about my foot ache? How do you know? You in a wheelchair. You've been paralyzed from the waist down. I'm sorry. I'm a comedian. Sometimes I'm a drift. Subtle bragging. We all do it. Around your boys and around your homegirls. It's fun. But Do you find yourself having to prove yourself continuously around your spouse, family, or friends? Do you find yourself having to big yourself up on a regular basis? Can you hear yourself? Can you hear yourself? You know, I'm not talking about, I'm Jennifer motherfucking Lewis. I'm Jamie motherfucking Fox. I'm not talking about them. They putting it on because that's who they are. And Jennifer Lewis is that person. Boasting this, that, and other. But she brags. She said, I know I have bipolar. All kinds of stuff. I've been with 60 men. That was fun. You know. if you if it's a part of you in something you're marketing and promoting, and you're Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was who he was. He was the greatest of all time, but he was also a great humanitarian. He wasn't. We don't still call him champ, even though he's passed away. Even though after he lost the title, even though after he had Parkinson's, we still call him champ and the greatest, because he put in our heads he was the greatest. There's a level of boasting that can do some positive things for our own personality on things, but we're talking about the stuff you do in your inner circle relationship, especially with your spouse, your loved one, your family, your friends. Do you find yourself doing the self-deprecating stuff to get attention towards yourself, or the sarcasm disguised as bragging to get attention towards yourself? This is boasting. I'm learning it as you're learning it. This is a form of boasting. We talk about some of the attributes. We talk about the attributes of love in the month of July. So we talked about being patient in love, being kind, not being envious. Now we're talking about not boasting. Negative boasting. We're talking about negative boasting. So watch for subtle bragging. Check your intent. Redirect the spotlight. When the conversation naturally turns to your successes, make it a point to share the credit with your partner, or redirect the praise entirely. Acknowledge how they supported you in reaching that milestone. Very important. It'd be crazy for Louis Farrakhan. And I mentioned this recently because I couldn't imagine. Louis Farrakhan, 93 years old. His wife just passed away last week. 90 years old. They had been together 73 years. 73 years they were together. He said this was the hardest at the funeral, homegoing, or the memorial service. He said it was the hardest thing he ever had to do in his life. And she was truly the wind beneath his wings. And many a times you would kind of see them, especially as they've gotten older, together on stage or wherever they were. I think he's in a wheelchair now, getting around. He's 90. I didn't know he's 93. 73 years. Some of the greatest, most of the successful men you see in life are married. That's something. If I'm envious of something, I'm envious of making sure I have my proper helpmeet. Now, you talk to him, it wasn't like it was a bed of roses for her or him. But I've seen people redirect and let people know. Denzel Washington saying, I would be dead without my wife. And people were like, oh, wow, that's so wonderful. He said, no, dead. He trying to make you know, y'all don't understand. I was on a path. My mind was out. I don't know. I'd be in these streets. If it wasn't for this young lady, I'd be dead. You know, I've never really heard Bob Johnson speak before, especially when I first started my marketing business. But I've never heard him give credit to his wife. But I'm coming from a perspective that by the time, you know, I didn't really hear him talk about his wife much at all. I didn't know anything about his wife until BET sold. They got divorced. She became a billionaire and got 50% of whatever the deal was. And I was like, oh, okay, she's somebody. Yeah, I've done it before, but I know people that's a part of their personality. The self-deprecating thing to draw it back towards them. The sarcasm and bragging and mind you, like I said, I know bragging and sarcasm can be a self-defense mechanism, but I didn't look at it as a form of boasting. So that's deep. Okay. Be an encourager, not a competitor. This is something that happens in younger relationships too, but older. Be an encourager, not a competitor. True love rejoices in other person's victories without needing to one-up them. Actively celebrate your partner's accomplishments and let them have their moment in the sun without immediately sharing your own related triumphs. I do this, and I have to stop it with friends and stuff, and especially Revive Our Hearts. That's from Revive Our Hearts. Thank you. Be an encourager, not a competitor. True love rejoices in the other person's victories without needing to one-up them. Actively celebrate your partner's accomplishments and let them have their moment in the sun without immediately sharing your own related triumphs. Not in relationships like girlfriend, boyfriend, or lady. Man, it feels weird. If I'm 51 and I get in a relationship, that's my lady. That's not my girlfriend. I'm 51. We grown. And you might be older or younger, but we grown. My boyfriend is coming. When I see 70-year-olds talking about, yeah, my boyfriend is coming by. You got a boyfriend? How old is he? Oh, he's 78. You got a grandfather. Okay. You call him daddy, do you call him granddaddy? Do you call older men granddaddy if you being into anyway? But I find myself doing that. My best friend will be talking about something, or somebody I know, or some close, and they talking about a situation. And in me trying to relate it so I can make a point, because I'm trying to be big brain, so I'm listening to what they say, so I'm trying to be more actively, like I've been doing this lately. If someone's, especially if a man is telling me about something that they're going through, check this on yourself. If someone's telling you about something they're going through, heartfelt, they're trying to figure it out, shifting it and saying, oh man, I know what you mean. I went through da 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 yada 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 da da da. What I realize when I'm hearing myself, hey Annika, I realize when I hear myself talking about it in the moment, I'm thankful I'm realizing it more in the moment or very shortly after. And sometimes I apologize if I catch it, that they were talking about something that hurt them or something that's serious to them. They put it out, and in me trying to make a reference so I could make a point or something to build off of, like I'm teaching a fucking class, I've taken it and related it to something I'm going through with good intention. It wasn't like, oh man, I know what you mean. I remember this one time. I'm trying to swing it, but you then take the attention away from actively listening. Actively listening means you're listening and you're like, oh my goodness, you feel it, and then you hold it and hold that place. Try not to let your mind float anywhere to what you're going through. It's like, even if you have to go back, say, you all right? How you feel about that? That's where the journalism interviewer part comes in. And you'll see it. Sometimes I do interviews and I'll relate to something, but I always can circle back. It's an interview. It's a journalistic conversation. But when someone that you love is shining in something, say, oh man, that's awesome. And I talked about, some of y'all found it funny, but I really didn't hear a lot of the good for you stuff until I got to California. And good for you was always a snarky comment where I come from. Good for you. Well, good for you. Yeah, good for you is always, but good for you is like a saying a lot of people say here. Oh, you got new good. Oh, you doing it? Good for you. So anytime I hear good for you, it doesn't have a positive connotation. Just letting people know. Because it should be good for her. That's awesome. It's like good for you shuts it down. Oh, that's good for you. What else is going on? Good for you is a closure. Like instantly, like, ladies, if you happen to be a young lady that I'm texting, or we're having a chat, because it's the only time it happens, text or chat, and I send you a compliment, looking good, oh my goodness, you look wonderful, da, da, da. And you say thank you, and you send the prayer. I'll talk about this on stage. And you send the prayer hands. Prayer hands is closing the conversation. It's like You having a conversation with somebody. Hey, how you been? What's going on with you? I'm good. Take care. Take care is a closing. Take care. Yeah, I hit you early morning. Good morning. I hope you're having a great morning. Oh, you too. Have a great day. That's a closing line. I'm a writer. I write. I love the English language. I may not use all the right words sometimes because my vocabulary is a bit limited. I'm trying to work on that now. But I know closing. I know how to close a statement. Or if someone, ladies, y'all know y'all cold with it. You ain't interested in somebody, you let them know quick. You got a boyfriend and you ain't dated nobody 8 years. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody. Oh, he don't let you have friends? Why you do that, guys? He don't let you have friends? Yeah, but I don't want to be your friend. Closing statements. The prayer hands after if I give you a compliment and you say thank you with prayer hands, that means thank you. God bless you. Please, I'm praying that you leave me alone. And if I hear people use this on stage, you probably heard it here first. I don't know. There's nothing new under the sun. Somebody might say it. Ladies, I know closing statements. How you been? I'm good. Take care of yourself. Oh, she don't want to talk no more. Let me just take her number out of the digest. No, if I say good morning, how are you? Not just good morning. If I say good morning, how are you? That means I'm interested in, that's text etiquette. Yeah. Ladies, here's another thing. It depends on you knowing, I'm going sidebar a little bit because I'm reading some of the comments. It depends on what you consider a guy being interested looking like. One of the things that happens is we tend to relate someone being interested in us like the last person or last persons who were interested in us. So if a guy's interested in me, he's going to do this. He's going to want to take me out. He's going to want to do this. He's going to do that. He's going to do that. Some guys want to have a conversation. Some guys, like most people, especially if they text on here, they may be busy. But if a guy says, good morning, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? Then it kind of drifts off. If it says, good morning, how are you? And you say, I'm fine. How are you? And he says, I'm doing da-da-da-da-da. Then a dialogue starts. Usually I like to try to get on the phone or get in person. Like I said, I like to get on the phone and get in person as quick as possible. Hey, when can we sit down? When we can talk? There's something about, here's the big thing. And this is just a communication before we end up on this topic. And I mentioned this before, y'all. I am big on body language. I'm huge on body language. It's a part of what I do. It's a part of what I do in comedy. It's a part of what I do when I'm speaking. It's I'm big on body language and chemistry. I'm huge on it. Then I find out later on as I'm studying that 60 to 70% of all communication is nonverbal. People are telling you everything you want to know when they're sitting with you. And they can't help it. Women especially. There's I think it's a scripture in the Bible. It might be an African proverb as well. Long story short, it talks about us watering women with words or wisdom stuff. But women open up like flowers gradually. And some women just open, but women open up like flowers as you're talking to them. If you sit down with a young lady you just met and her arms are kind of folded, her legs are away from you, all that stuff plays a role. How comfortable we are. It's why I'm one of those people. I have to be mindful because I'm touchy-feely. I'm going to hug. I'm going to say, hey, even if I meet a dude, I'm going to, hey, brother, what's that? And then pull it in. White people don't allow to pull in. If you ever noticed, most white guys, unless they came up in the black community, they do not play the pull in. That's why Obama, if you watch how Obama greets people, that's what, hey, what's up, Harry? If you watch how Obama greets people, it's perfect. Because he shake the Caucasian gentleman's hands. What is a black guy? Bring it in. Come on. That's right. The Key and Peele skip is hilarious. But it's true. Okay. Carrying on. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm about to wrap this up. Today's topic, how to avoid negative boasting in love. And this is some good stuff. this is some good stuff because, like I said, this is really for me, like my man Yonder, my book author. Oh, let me take a quick piece before I do that. Let me jump on some of the brands that I got to give love to, and you'll see them below. These are some of the brands that's already working on board with me. But shout out to my media partners, Sheen Magazine. You can pick up the latest Sheen Magazine on stands now. You see it up there. These are articles I wrote. Me and Troy, what you doing with a suit top on and a tie and some trunks at the beach? Because what I do is taboo. It had to do with the whole taboo thing. We do things differently. I was in California. I took this picture. Partner Yonder, writing partner, he was in Florida and took the same kind of picture, had on a suit in the short trunks. It was just fly for the article. So, but if you read, it's about the 20th anniversary of our writing together. But that can be found on sheenmagazine.com. You can go and find out what I forget what this is the latest Sheen magazine. Beautiful, beautiful magazine. It's like a smaller version of Essence without all the ads. Mainly because Sheen and the Chapman family own this magazine outright. One family. Been rocking and rolling. Love to y'all. I will be at the Sheen Awards coming up in September. I will be in Atlanta, September 17th for that as well. But shout out to Flamin' Pasta, all of the people below. Make sure you follow all of the people in the caption section. Flamin' Pasta, Milton Breeze, Barbara Solomon. We're getting Barbara Solomon on the show. She's a writer, griot. She's amazing. Steel City Cigars, Bad Juju Golf, Lynn Connor, Destiny Overdrum, my girl Renee. Make sure you follow her as well. Oh, it's going to be live. What, Sheen Awards? September? Yeah. Shout out to Tasty W's as well. Black Beauty, what it do? Okay, so let me hit on this last thing before we get out of here. Practice daily appreciations. We're talking about how to avoid negative boasting in love with your partners, with family, with friends. But this is a good one. Like I say, this one is one of those ones for me. It's the subtle things sometimes. You don't realize. Shift your mindset to recognize your partner's strengths. Try sharing at least 3 specific things you admire and appreciate about them daily. This builds a foundation of gratitude rather than self-focus. That's Imago Relationships North America. We should all be keeping like a gratitude list daily. It helps us get our focus off of the issues and be thankful for what we have. A lot of us have more than we need. We just haven't put it in the proper perspective. Everything in life is about perspective. We don't put it in proper perspective. You're doing worse. I told a friend of mine one time, we were talking, and he was like, yeah, man, I just don't want the woman to think I got all this money. I ain't got 2 nickels to roll together. I got da-da-da-da. I was like, who are you talking about like that? He's like, huh? I was like, dude, you drive a Tesla. You have a custom apartment that the guy that owns the complex you live in used to live in. There's no one above you, no one below you, except for your parking space. You work out every day. You look good for your age. You're doing your thing. Who are you talking about? Do we have friends? Do you have friends in your life that big you up? If you're not giving that to your spouse, ladies and gentlemen, someone will. This work wife, work husband thing, it sounds funny until we start doing memes and AIs about it. And it's like, wait, or the shows or the TV shows and the movies. And you see people, I got jungle fever. They doing late nights. Next thing you know, they up on the table. Let me tell you why that work husband, work wife thing is so devastating. Because they're spending 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day with this person. A day. It was a guy, I think his name was Louis Greenup. Used to call him the Love Doctor. Hey, what's going on? King Mars B, what's going on? I think they call him the Love Doctor. And he was talking about how you and your wife arguing, or you ask her to do certain things, or she's tired at home because she's working like you and this, that, and other, and no dinner and stuff like that. But she get ready to go to work, and she got the pencil skirt on, she makeup on, looking all this, smelling good. See you later, babe. She said, let it be a piece of paper on the floor and you need to throw it away. Her boss asked her to get something. She's going to get it. She's this, that, and other. Because the money is there. Appreciation is there. And that's the daily energy in the office. Everybody looks the part when they go to work. Hey, you see You see the nurses. You see these nurses in these tight scrubs with the new bodies and the everybody snatched. Wait, everybody snatched? Sidebar. Everybody snatched? Can we just get some fluffiness or some, I mean, whatever you like, but can we just get the everybody snatched? Really? That was, I don't even know if that was infomercial, but everybody can't be snatched. Be you and love on you. There's somebody out there that love. We were talking about this before, and I've heard comedians say it too. If you're watching these shows like 600-Pound Life and all this stuff, and all these shows of people trying to get their life together, stuff like that, you know what I noticed? And what's this show I was watching? Oh, there's somebody online. I did a meme about her, a transgender woman. No arms, no legs. Just got married. Checks almost every box. And I think she's Latino or Filipino. No arms, no legs. I saw them chilling at the pool one time, and I made a meme about it because, a comment thing about it, because I thought it was so crazy that he was trying to throw her husband was no arms, no legs, transgender, married. Walk down the aisle? Do you call it walking? Someone's out there for everyone, is what I'm saying. But, so, watch subtle bragging, redirect spotlight, be an encourager, not a competitor, and practice daily appreciations. Now, mind you, like I said, we talk to others like we talk to yourself. It's very easy. If you start practicing, hey, you look great today, you look good, just get the cold out your eyes, your breath smells good. Did you brush your teeth? Did you brush your teeth? I talk to myself differently. You're wonderful, you're doing great. I love you, Troy Rawlings. I love you. Look in that mirror. Talk to yourself. Build yourself up. Some of y'all are great at that. And some of you, like I was talking to Annika before, I love the way I see Annika interacting with people and giving them props and stuff like that. And that's a golden thing when you can just sit back. And now, mind you, I'm not talking about false humility either. If it is your time to get praise, if you're getting an award, if somebody's bigging you up, if you just got off stage and oh my God, you're so funny, you're so amazing, like nah, or you did something, oh, you did a great job, nah, because be careful of that. Take it in. Be appreciative, because some of us push away stuff because we feel uncomfortable with people celebrating us, but that comes because we feel uncomfortable with us celebrating us. So be careful of that too. We talking about boasting. Don't be so overt that you make somebody else feel bad, but don't make yourself feel bad. I've seen people do it. Man, you did a great job. Oh man, the greatest way to say is thank you. I've seen women who people compliment. It's like, oh, thank you so much. There's a sister. And I'll close out on this. There's a sister that does this thing online. I forgot her page. But if you ever seen the woman who does the videos of, she looks like she's in New York subway station. And she'll walk up to the window, knock on the window, and the train is about to pull off. And she goes and blows the person a kiss. When I tell you, and she's nice looking. And not saying that if she was ugly, homeless, and cracked out, that wouldn't have the same effect, but it usually, you know, you thinking it's coming through the window. Oh Lord, I'm not saying it, but she's nice looking, and people have jumped off the train. This is a regular situation. They're not stopping. You know, New York, people say, they jumped off. Hey, how you doing? By the time they get out there, they see her and the camera guy, who's probably her guy. And they're like, hey, and she's so gracious, like, hey, hi. He's like, so, was that just something you do? She's like, I just wanted to give you some love. It's cool because they still tape the reaction, and she's not like, oh, I didn't want anything. If you complain, you'll stay self-talk. If you complain, you'll stay the same. You daggone right. Complaint does the same thing that encouragement does, and it remains. Complaint and discouragement is the same thing. I'm sorry. Complaint and encouragement is the same thing. Does the same thing. If you encourage yourself daily, it'll resonate. If you complain daily, it will resonate. People who usually complain will find things. I've been around folks and I'm working my best to be positive and this, that, and other. And hey, how are you, Melba? Good to see you. Congratulations on everything. This is the phenomenal singer, Melba Moore. Treat yourself to some Melba Moore today. I got some house playing already. I'm just going to some Melba Moore disco in my life. But complaint and encouragement does the same thing. I've been around people and I'm encouraged. I'm trying to be optimistic by nature. And I've seen people who complain say, did you see this? I'm like, no, what? This crazy stuff is going on. I said, if there's something crazy on the phone, I probably did it. And they will walk over to me with the phone. Happy Tuesday, Melba. They will walk over to me with the phone. I don't have an extra phone. My phone's in here. They will walk over to me with the phone and show me the thing that's negative that I know, or talk about somebody that they know is negative. Oh man, this person said this. I don't want to hear about it. And they will walk over to me. Oh, you got to see this though. No, I don't want your negative. Hey, I love y'all. Make sure you're following me, but also follow the people in my comment section. Like I said, if you're interested in having your brand, your business promoted daily, 5 days a week on the Troy Rawlings Live. And I just have to believe in your company. I have to believe in you and your company. And for the next 6 months, it's going to be one price, a low price. Rock with me 6 months. I'll do you as one of the commercials in the broadcast, because I notice each one of these broadcasts are being at least an hour. So I have two. I can at least get 2 good commercial breaks in. But I'll promote you. I'll help you promote you. I'll consult with you. But I'm looking for 6 to 7 businesses that I can rock with for the next 6 months. Believe it or not, because this whole month, July, August, September, October, November, December, and grow with. So if that's you, hit me up. Love y'all. Share this with somebody. We only do positive over here. That's right, Melba. We only do positive over here. That's the best way to end. We only do positive over here. All love, y'all. God bless, one love. If you want my ebook and you haven't had it, Butt Naked Honest, DM me and I'll send you a copy right now. All right? Just for tuning in. DM me, hit me up. All right, talk to y'all later. God bless, one love. Peace. Love you. Hey, come man, if you missed it, go back and watch the replay. It's about to be on replay in a second. Share it with somebody too, y'all. Share it. Love you back.